Good morning. Good morning, beauties. Sending out so much love to you this morning and greeting you as we step forward toward this winter solstice. For those of us in the northern hemisphere, this day, this marking day of the acknowledgement of the darkness, where the day is at its shortest point and the night its longest, and the acknowledgement that always the flame is lit within the darkness, within the space of the depth of the cave, of the womb space, of the deep, deep spaces underneath the earth, that always there is a beam of light, a flame, that both live together, the darkness and the light, just like in the Yin Yang symbol, where there's black and the curved line and white, and then within each circle is contained the opposite color. And inside of us, the right and left hemispheres of the brain, the right and left sides, the above, the below. This is an amazing and interesting world we are constantly creating. And up to this point, it has been emphasized in a very skewed fashion, right? The division perhaps has been emphasized. Good, bad, above, below, very simplistic ways of describing. Once again, let's remember language and how we utilize language is very important and very potent. So the languaging about our reality has, at certain points in humanity's evolution, some might call it devolution, but I believe we're always on an evolving path, especially when you decide to be evolutionary in your life, when you choose to be, and when you become a disciple to growth and you utilize discipline in order to create discernment, in order to choose wisely, then you are, yes, on an evolutionary path, right? Evolving in a spiral, right? Ascending, climbing, 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 and then coming to a plateau place where you can rest and engage with what's ahead of you and realize what you've already achieved in the ascension, and then continue on the spiral, right? We're not in a linear A to Z experience unless we choose to strap ourselves to the languaging and to the imprints that have been sometimes thrust upon us, and then at other times sort of subtly just been a part of our experience, and we're not even almost noticing it, kind of in that sleep state. And then we have an experience. Often some people have a very extreme experience that forces them to wake up, to start the waking up process. For others, it's more gradual. It's an inclination, right? That doesn't feel right. Start examining life, start looking at life in different ways. Some people start working with medicine or, plant-based medicines and find an expansion experience. Many, many, many ways to get to that initial plateau of, oh my God, right? I was in a dream, not of my own making. So as we contemplate, right, always language is very important to me. The word, how you speak the word, the vibratory field that you are creating, your choice of words, the words you allow into your head, the words that you allow out of your mouth, right? The words that don't belong to you, that other people spoke over you, the words you wish to utilize, the words you hear other people speaking. We are casting spells every time we speak, whether inside our own heads. Those sometimes can be more like, casting dark spells. Yeah. And so to understand that in that way is really powerful, because you can start choosing new words, create a new lexicon to face down the words that have been coming at you perhaps since you were a child, right? Some other people spoke words over you. And now you can start to discern, I don't like the sound, I don't like the vibration of those words, right? If they're self-damning words, if they're self-negating words. And you start waking up and you start leaning back, pausing, leaning back, breathing, and remembering yourself back into your body. You can start to decide, no, those don't feel good. I'm going to create this new lexicon, this new list of words, this new vibratory field, and I'm going to put those in the place of these others. It takes real effort in the beginning to say, no, thank you. That doesn't belong to me. And start to chant, really almost chant the new words over yourself, casting a new spell. In a sense, casting a new spell that wakes you from the dream into you becoming the creator of your own dream. So as we step toward this winter solstice on the 21st of December, perhaps use this week ahead, these days, these moments ahead. And if you're listening to this sometime beyond the solstice, just know that you can approach your life in this focused way, regardless of what day it is or what time it is. But to consider, and you can consider this at any time, but in particular here I'm speaking from December 15th, 2025. I happen to live in the northern hemisphere, and the upcoming solstice is approaching, and I can feel the days shortening. It gets dark a little earlier, a little earlier, a little earlier. And what do we want to do with the darkness? Are we afraid of the darkness? Acknowledge if you feel fear or what comes up for you. If you're in this particular time zone of shortening days, this side of the earth, what are your feelings about darkness? These two go together, dark and light. How can you become a corresponding vibratory tone to that acknowledgement of both dark and light, the richness of the dark? Perhaps on the winter solstice you turn off the lights, turn off the machines, right? And allow yourself to be enveloped in that natural darkness. And just breathe and lean back and pause your entire being to be a part of the natural inclination of the planet, right? As this planet spins in its own trajectory around the sun, and all of the other interactions from all the other planetary bodies and the stars, all of the elements. Perhaps you lean into the darkness for a little bit and just breathe yourself in, and just feel the connection that you have, the native feeling, the thing that lives inside your DNA that informs you that at certain times in your evolution, you lived on this planet, or some part of you, some knowing in you understands that there were no electric lights, there were no, right? There was not even perhaps the ability to consciously use fire, right? I was listening to a program the other day, and they were, emphasizing that fire in those early days of human beings being on this planet were accidental, right? A lightning strike, and to use that fire that perhaps came from a smoldering piece of wood. But otherwise, there wasn't that understanding yet of making fire. So when it was dark, it was dark. And all the stars arrayed above. So maybe you, in this sort of preparation, moving toward winter solstice, you could decide on how you wish to hold that space, even for a few moments, where you just resist the urge to just switch on all the lights and have sounds, and just to turn everything off. This is just a pondering. You can start this pondering now. And just maybe sitting and breathing, and you might have a candle and a match nearby. And when you are ready to light one candle and bring some light into the darkness, right, to create your own ritual of acknowledgement, because we are learning, hopefully, and if you wish to, you will, learning how to walk in the dark, learning how to see in the dark, to see in a new way, to exist as whole human beings, to perhaps rise into a new version of yourself as a light bearer, that the light and the dark lives in you and always has, and that you can ignite your own light with the darkness in order to create a beautiful, beautiful picture for yourself going forward. In the meantime, continue to practice the profound pause, the big lean back, the slow, slow, slow inhale, and the expanded exhale with sound. And welcome yourself into your body, the beautiful, beautiful vessel of endless creation and creativity. Sending you extra love and respect. Talk soon.